bulkheads. There, I said it, bulkheads. That's how we do it, kids.
I have been tasked to make our own caulking guns, well, caulking tubes.
No signs of rupture or collapse are visible. And I'm pretty sure that everything we need is in the boxes. When the hell am I gonna pole dance? Well,
I don't think anybody wants to see that.
I'm Sid, and these are my best friends. My mom, Kim, my dad, Ty, and my sister, Maddie, who before starting her own adventure, joined us in rocking out a state-of-the-art refit on our floating home. Now, we're ready to set sail to die with memories, not dreams, and live dauntless. When we were at the marina, we had a nice view and a clear blue high tide, but we had boats going by, rocking us in the slip practically 24/7. We are very thankful for this private dock in the calm, quiet canal where we have a safe, flat space to reinforce our bulkheads. So let's get into it.
I have been tasked to make our own caulking guns, well, caulking tubes, because the sausage caulking gun that we need has been nowhere to be found. So I'm gonna take this sausage-looking tube of Sikaflex and I am gonna put it in these West System refillable caulking tubes that we have for the bulkhead repair.
perfect. All right, guys, sorry about the noise from the aircon. Hopefully it's not too loud. I wanted to share with you the information that we got from Lagoon. And this is the reinforcement procedure that they gave us for our specific hull number and our boat based off of our pictures and our measurements and our information. This is in conjunction with VPLP, which is the world-renowned naval architect group. And so we feel obviously very confident with their recommendations. Now, in the email that I got that includes this reinforcement, this is what they said. The following inspection is done on the front bulkheads of Lagoon 450 Fly, hull number 560. It appears that the forward bulkhead presents, on port side, slight deformation between the two bottom plywood supports. On starboard, which is where I'm at right now, slight deformation between the two bottom plywood supports. No signs of rupture or collapse are visible. And just so you guys know, also the categorization, normally they would pay for this if you're in warranty, whether it's commercial at 1 year or private, I believe, which is 3 years. This says that we understand that the history of the 450, that it was sold in 2016. It is now 5 years old. Mr. Armstrong is the third owner. The history of sailing through the BVIs, and Lagoon would like to pay for a reinforcement kit and the 20 hours of labor to reinforce this. So I think I can't really complain about Lagoon's effort there. Keep in mind, I did submit this without telling them anything about the channel. It was just through me personally. It had nothing to do with who we are or where we are or anything like that. So I think that they've had a pretty good response. Now I'm gonna take the camera and I'm gonna show you what they mean by slight deformation and down below. And it's slight enough on this side that I'm gonna have to use a straight edge so that you can see it. All right, can I have the camera? Okay, guys. This is starboard side. To give you a frame of reference, here's these measurements. And I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to get this. Can you see this upper plywood right here? That's about as straight as I can show you. Okay, looking at this side, have just a slight bit. Kim, will you push on that and just hold it in place? Oh, you're good.
Sorry,
You're good. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of a slight angle right here where this bulkhead has gotten slightly compressed. I don't know if you can make that out against the straight edge here, but this is super, super slight. I mean, it is almost unrecognizable. Now we move this out of the way. Now there is a little bit of split in the middle of this plywood, which is kind of odd, but it's only, well, over, well, let me see, I'll give you measurement. About 2 inches, but that's it. So here, this is what our bulkheads look like. Again, you can see that slight deformation right there. And then all the way up, it's straight. So what I want to do now is I want to go to the other side and show you what the other side looks like before we start getting into sanding and gluing in these reinforcement pieces. We want to just document every single step. So let's go to the other side of the boat, which is port forward, which is the utility room. All right, I'll show you this again. So we've got the inside bulkhead, we're dead level. And now I'm gonna take off this side. Okay. Now, on this side, we have a little bit more movement. So what's interesting about this is that this bulkhead wall is perfectly plumb. And so you can see, even with this level of deformation, that the boat's still straight, which is interesting. So let me grab this again. We're gonna come down in here. Do you see this is our bulkhead? There's some sort of glue that they have glued this together with that's sticking out there. And then we have a little bit, again, a little bit of deformation right here, just a little squiggly. And then this goes up. There's my mess over there to the left. And yeah, it's pretty darn straight. So this is what we're dealing with. So to go back to this again, we're looking at a boat that isn't broken, it just is getting reinforced. So it looks like it's about an inch of gap right here that this compression has caused this to kick back out again. And on this side, the plywood's perfectly straight up and down, and we don't have any separation there, but you can see just a little bit of curve. So yeah, I think it's a really minor issue. Now the way this process works is the next thing I've got to do is sand on either side of this upper bulkhead above these little 3 sections and get this prepped, and the wood pieces that are going to go in there, get those prepped so that I can put Sika on them and then clamp them in overnight with the rig loosened. So let's go get the kit. We'll open it up, show you what it looks like on the inside, and then we'll get to prepping. Box number 1. We have 2 boxes, and I'm pretty sure that everything that we need is in the boxes, but I just know that the small one's the heavy one. So I'm gonna start with that one and see what they've included. I believe it was supposed to have everything to do the entire project. So, okay. Sika 242, and it expires October of 2022. So we're still within date. That's good. I think that's packing. they've grooved this wood so that there's grooves in there to be able to grab the Sikaflex. Holy shit. That's got to be 1/8 inch thick or 3 millimeter, something like that. No way. They shipped us brand new trim.
Because they think that there's a chance that the trim, because it's glued on, that it could get broken when it's removed.
That is amazing. So here's archways. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 6. And then we've got corner beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the rest of okay. There. That's 6 pieces. Polycleric parasil. This says it is decorative flexibility, indoor, outdoor. Okay. And then we've got tubes, which is for the Sika, and tips, and we've got some edge banding and some adhesion so that we can fix in the edge banding, and then we'll use this stuff to glue these corner pieces right here onto the boat. That's quite the kit. There's they come in different lengths. There's one tall, one short, and they offset the other side so that the reinforcements, as they come together on each side of the bulkhead, these seams right here are offset so that there isn't one
failure point.
Right. So it just takes it and just staggers it on the opposite sides. Do it on this one, and then yeah, then I can go up top, do a trim, and come back and glue them in. It's pretty straightforward.
So they've pre-drilled that hole in the center of that one to accommodate the electrical opening.
Yeah, the switch. It's at roughly the same height here. Okay. Make sure that this one goes in this. Whoa.
Don't lose it.
And that guy right there, I need to trim down.
Cool.
Okay. And then the steel. You'll see that next. The steel actually caps over everything and crosses over those seams so that everything is completely encased in not only solid timber, but also that big heavy 3. I think it's 3 mil stainless. It's pretty legit. So, all right, time for me to go cut. This is 120 grit. And the inside, we're going to be filling these grooves with caulking, and then of course over the entire surface. And they want you to sand all of this surface area with 120 grit so we get a good mechanical bite. All right, I've got 36 grit on the belt sander, and they want you to come in and sand 200 millimeters, or roughly 4 inches on either side of the bulkhead, because there is composite on here. So there is a couple layers of fiberglass on here. We're just scuffing that up so that we get a good mechanical bite for the Sikaflex that's on this side as well. Right now it's all sanded, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other side, sand that one, and when I'm done I'm going to wipe everything down, the reinforcement boards and both sides of the composite bulkhead is going to get wiped down with acetone. I can feel the burn. I almost forgot how much fun it was sanding fiberglass after a couple months of non-composite work. And yeah, I don't like it. I remember it. My hands are already itching everywhere. But 36 grit on this fiberglass has done a great job of knocking down any high spots or feathers and getting a nice rough surface on it so that Sika can bind to it. So I'm happy. We get some acetone, and then I'm gonna come in here and take these support posts right here. It's got an adjustable screw at the top of it. I'm gonna put it right here in the middle. The instructions tell you to take and put a post inside this bulkhead walkway and put light pressure up just to help relieve some pressure on the bulkhead so everything stays nice and straight while you do the reinforcement. So, well, that's what the book says, so that's what I'm gonna do. So let me go get.
Do you have the shrouds loosened for that process?
Yes. Put that in place, and I'll come back with a crescent wrench here in just a minute and expand it out and just put a little bit of up pressure. Right, but for right now, it's level, it's in the middle, and I still have room to be able to get the boards in. So it's gonna sit like that overnight. All right, I'm wiping this down with acetone. Just have a rag and getting in here and just getting all the dust and debris off. Make sure there's no oils or residue inside. Oh, the smell of solvent.
Might have been a good idea to wipe that down before you put that post in.
Well, then how am I going to pole dance? While
I don't think anybody wants to see that.
No, you don't think,
I don't
so?
think so. No.
I bet there's somebody. If you want to see it, let me know in the comments.
Oh, that is not the type of YouTube video that we are planning on creating.
Hey, I'm going to be dirty. Maybe I'm going to put an athletic film out.
Honey, you're post-athletic.
Yes, I was previously athletic. Oh, get out of my way. Okay, guys, we have a lot of video on this project. And so not to drag on, we're actually going to cut it right here for this week. Next week, we're going to be getting into the actual installation of the kit. So join us next week to see how the kit goes in, how the reinforcement and rig tensioning goes. To do that, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell so you're notified. We are so close to our 30,000K subscriber goal that we are dying to hit before we go to the Annapolis Boat Show. We need your help, so if you haven't already, please subscribe. Now, as far as the Annapolis Boat Show goes, a couple things. One, if you haven't bought your tickets yet, make sure you do that using our code SAILDAUNTLESS22. That code will be good until the 12th of October, which is the day before the show. And if you're going to be at the show and you would like to see us at a meetup, please comment down below, heck yeah, and we will put together a meetup place where we all can get together, chat, and you guys can ask questions. We'd love to meet all of you guys. So thank you again for your support, and we can't wait to see you guys next week.